What's up, guys? It's Cordsy from Gaming Legit, bringing you some Gears of War 3 beta gameplay. I think I posted one of these videos before. The game's going to be coming out soon, and so I figured it would be nice to reintroduce this game for my channel in preparation for you guys for an expected Gears of War 3 series on my channel. I want to do a lot of Gears of War 3. I don't like third-person shooters typically, but Gears of War 3 has refined itself dramatically since Gears of War 1 and Gears of War 2. It just operates a lot better, and especially on Xbox Live. I never posted Gears of War 1 and Gears of War 2 just because of how bad it played on Xbox Live, and they admit to it. I think it was server issues, or I don't think it was a host game. I'm not a real Gears veteran just because it didn't play well online, so I didn't put a lot of my time into the game. But I'll tell you what, this game plays way better than what it did in Gears of War 2. It plays super smooth. I never have any lag problems. I would even go as far as saying it plays smoother than what Halo does. Halo typically has a lot of host problems where there's one clear host. I've been playing a lot of Halo lately just because it's like one of the most competitive online games to play, most skill-based competitive online games to play, just because you have to consistently be accurate with every single shot out of your weapon. But Bungie actually recently just said for the release of Halo Combat Evolved, remember that's the first Halo game, they're going to be doing some readjustment to the bloom, which is funny because to me they wouldn't be adjusting the bloom unless there was a problem with the bloom. And they also, 343 Industries also admitted that they're going to be removing the bloom entirely. It's not going to exist in the game anymore, which also tells me that it was a bad idea. They obviously don't like it. It wasn't received well by the fans, so they're going to take it out, and they need to do that. The bloom on LAN, it's fun, it works fine, but online I don't know what it is, but the consistencies, it just doesn't make sense. I know you're supposed to pace your shot, and in a test environment, it takes 7 shots to kill someone regardless if you get a headshot or not. But then when you play online, even if you go into theater mode, you'll connect sometimes 9 times, blood splatter coming off the body, and it doesn't even yield the kill. So you see some fails in this gameplay. This is definitely not a gameplay to showcase true skill and Gears of War mastery. I think this is a pretty fresh gameplay. I didn't put a lot of time at the recording of this game. I think it went 16:7, a bit of a spoiler, but there's some stuff to take from it, some stuff to talk about, and really it's just to give you some Gears of War 3 gameplay, because this is just fun to watch in my opinion. One thing I didn't know how to do yet, and you saw me get pwned by it early on when I went to get the mortar gun, whatever it's called, is that you can actually breach over top of walls, and you actually kick the opponent that's on the other side. It stuns them for a second, then you can finish them off with a Nash or a sawed-off shotgun, whichever it is. And it took me a while to be able to figure out how to do that. I thought you had to like press fire or something like that as you jump over, but no, it's really good. It's a smart animation. It's not that difficult at all. You just hug against the wall, and then you just jump over top of it, and it automatically goes into a kick or a punch, whatever it does to knock the guy out of whack. And so it's a bit of a timing thing. So if you see a guy kind of camping behind the wall, run up and kick him out from the cover and finish him off. It's pretty nice. Gears of War 2 and 1 didn't have that. So you just have these brawls where you're just like sitting on opposite sides of the wall, and you'd have to like run around the wall to get to them. So that's a nice addition of the game. As far as strat goes, one of the things I first talk about is spawns, or would like to talk about is the spawns of this game. I see some consistency problem with the spawns. Actually, it's not consistency, it's just that they randomly switch, and if you don't keep track of it 24/7, you can get in trouble. That's a sawed-off shotgun. If you're within like 3 to 5 feet from someone, it just obliterates them completely. You don't have to be accurate at all. It's not that overpowered because people use the Nasher still 24/7, and I don't really get the Nasher. It never works to me, or works for me that well. Maybe it's my lack of accuracy. I don't know how to use the weapon. I don't know. But right now the sawed-off shotgun is the go-to weapon for me, just because it's so easy and common for me to be able to get a kill with it. Hide around a corner, breach around a corner, and be able to finish someone off real fast. Whereas the Nasher sometimes can take 3 or 4 shots for me, as opposed to like when I get attacked with it, sometimes I get killed with 1 shot. So there's something about that weapon I don't understand yet, so I need to put a little bit more time into that. But anyways, back to the spawns. And so your team is not dedicated to red side or blue side of whatever map you're playing. So you're not going to constantly be spawn trapped at red. They actually push into your spawn deep enough. You'll switch spawns, which is kind of nice. You'll switch to the other side of the map. So you're not stuck to one specific side of the map, which is like Halo. Halo's traditional for that, especially MLG competitive leagues where you can spawn trap someone, effectively too. It's kind of like a competitive skill-based type of thing. But it's kind of nice that the spawn switch, adds another flair to the game where, if your team sucks, you're not going to be completely destroyed or punished for it. But the problem to that, the inverse to that, is that sometimes you're following up on kills and you're on the other side of the map, you're chasing some guy, and then suddenly their whole team just starts spawning behind you. It's not a set time for when the spawns are going to switch. So it's just randomly, sometimes the spawns are going to switch, and suddenly you have 3 to 4 guys spawning 2 feet behind you. So that's kind of troublesome. It kind of gets super annoying. I've died several times in matches over and over again from that. Stadium is one of those balanced maps where you don't really have a problem with spawns even if they switch, because you're not going to be cuddling up against the spawn points. You're generally going to be on the sides of the map, so it's not really an issue. Gears of War is typically one of these games where it's like you want to be up in the face of the person with your Nashor shotgun so you can get melees, crazy assassinations, stuff like that. But it seems to me when I keep my distance away from targets, I try to exercise the power weapons as much as possible. And even when you're using the Lancer from a distance, you can pick up a pretty good KDR. You're helping your team, you're downing a lot of guys, you're being a great harassment against the enemy team. And you see all these guys just running up in each other's faces, just like complete mayhem. But when you exercise a bit of control and staying back and just kind of pecking at people from a distance, it actually works quite well. And I think people naturally just go, "Oh, I need to get up in everybody's face," because that's what Gears of War is about. Really, if you keep your distance, I think you're going to see a change in your game quite a bit. You might actually win a few more games than if you're getting up in face and giving up kills constantly. It's a safer route, it's more effective, and I think it's just a classier way to play. Okay, so this is the screen that, if you pull it up, the gameplay is actually over, but you can pull up a screen to see where your teammates spawn too, or see where your teammates are located on the map. Yeah, I guess I'm going to have to talk about when the game actually comes out. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the gameplay. I'll see you next time. Hopefully it'll be an insane 8-corn gameplay. Catch you guys later. Peace.